live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, from sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts playing. It's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Amber Live, episode 47. Yes, 47. Now, before we get started, you know what to do. I want you to like what you're watching. I want you to share what you're watching. And if you're over there on amberlive.tv, subscribe, okay? That's the way you'll get all the updates on what's happening here on Amber Live. Ooh, yes, yes. So I know some of you have one eye on the Super Bowl and one eye on here. Just keep the main eyes here, okay? That's what you want to see. And if you're watching a rerun on this, that's fine too. We're just happy you're watching Amber Live. All right, so let's bring Russell on and get this show started. Hey, Russell.
Hey, Amber. How are you tonight?
Oh, I tell you, I am so pumped. Talking to the guests earlier, I am really, really excited for tonight's show.
It's a great group.
Yes,
lovely people.
So for various reasons, I know we've got new people who are watching tonight. So what's the best way for them to watch Amber Live?
Well, the absolute best way to watch Amber Live is either on amberlive.tv or on youtube.com/amberlive, and that's really the same thing because they both are fed from YouTube. But we recommend that you go over to YouTube and watch it there because you're getting Amber in full HD. You want to see every nook and cranny and wrinkle. So go to youtube.com/amberlive to watch, and we also recommend that you subscribe there because then you'll find out when the next episodes are coming up. There's a little notification bell you can push, and it also helps us a lot if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow it, and we need followers to do that. So thank you all.
One reason to push that subscribe button and get the notices is for our weekly Amber Chats that we've been doing on Wednesday nights.
That is true. Every Wednesday night you can come on and join us. You can find it on Facebook too, but we recommend that you go over to YouTube and you can write in your questions to Amber, or if you're brave enough, you can send us your email and we'll send you the link to come talk to Amber. And I think at least one of our guests tonight has done that.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun.
Night. Yes, we talk. Who knows what we talk about? It could be
and it's the best way to talk to. Best way to talk to Amber because she's far away.
That's right. So come and join us. That'd be fun. All right. Yes. So exciting news this week also. We got some ink.
Is the word.
Yes, we got some ink. Yes,
we did. We got 7 days.
Yes, thank you very much, Jordan.
Sound bites. They wrote about both this show and the virtual drag ball, which is fantastic. And then we got a wonderful article from Jesse Forand, who did a hour-long interview with us, and you can see there the paper. It's in 5 different papers. She's got it out there apparently, and online. And you can read all about Amber because there's never enough Amber.
That's right. And so I'm sure some people were reading that and said, hey, I want to watch that show. So thank you and welcome. And if you want to watch some past episodes, they're available on amberlive.tv too. So you'll want to catch up on some of those.
And on YouTube. So Lots of them out there to see. And what keeps those shows happening is our bustiers, who we love and appreciate. And we always want to thank our two super bustiers, Riel and John, who have really helped out. And then we have a whole list of other people who have sent donations to Amber Live. And this week, Doug and Fred again sent us some support, which was fantastic. Thank you, guys. And that really does help us. And you can see there at the bottom, you can use Venmo to send us a tip at RJD Pro. And that's what keeps this show on the air. And we have 3 different levels. If you send us $25 or more, we will send you an Amber Live sticker. For $100 or more, we'll send you a sticker and a lovely magnet for your fridge or some other metallic object. And for $200, you get the sticker, the magnet, and the mug. You get the complete set. So thank you all. And again, that's at Venmo at RJD Pro.
What I love about looking at that list is about where those people are from. Granted, we have our core Vermont audience and supporters. Thank you very much. But we also have people there from New York, from Massachusetts, from Tennessee, from Florida, from California. It's great to have those people watching Amber Live every week as well.
And yes, it is. We are all over the place now. So, and that brings us to some fun for the week. Every week we do a caption this. We have a fun picture. We want you to send Jack in the comments, and you should label it as a caption this comment. Put a caption that is very funny or topical for this photo for this week. And at the end of the show, Jack will bring the photo back up and put on the funniest captions. So, and we'll show that again later in the show. So that brings us to Amber. Oh, and then Jack's putting the score up there at the bottom. He'll try to keep you all up to date so you don't have to watch the Super Bowl. You can watch the Super Amber.
We'll call him Jock instead of Jack tonight.
Just for tonight. Yes, Charlotte, you can send a check. We can send me an email and we can talk about where to send the check. Thank you very much, Charlotte. So that brings us to your favorite part of the night, our guests.
Oh, my goodness. Well, next week will be the 26th annual Winter is a Drag Ball, which is an annual event here in Vermont. It's this big social fundraiser that we always do in person, but we can't this year. So, but we're going to do it online next week. So we'll give you more information about that. But we thought, let's talk about the first drag ball and early drag balls this week. So we brought together some of the people who were there for the first one and who have been back throughout the years. And we had a little mini conversation before we started the show. And it was just so nice because that was 26 years ago. And I know some of those people longer than 26 years. So, but they're scattered all over the country now. But it's great that we get them together here tonight. So we have
very true. We have the amazing repeat offender, Yolanda, who has been on the show before. We love Yolanda.
She was one of the original organizers and one of the first hosts of the first drag ball. Yes. And then we have her compadre, who the co-hostess of the night, the first one, and that was Cherie Tartt. Yes, Cherie Tartt is here tonight. Yay. We also have
been locked away for 6 years, I believe.
Yes, we haven't seen her since the 20th anniversary. And then we also had the first DJs, the two DJs who were there that first night 26 years ago and who DJ'd many of the drag balls since then. That's Alan Perry and Rob Douglas. And then we have Peter Jacobsen from Vermont Cares, who Vermont Cares is the organization that's going to benefit from the drag ball. And they were the beneficiaries of the first one so many years ago. And the regular culprits of Bitchin' in the Kitchen with Lucy Bell. Oh, she's got a funny one this week. And then we've got Sherry Poppins and Angela Mansbury doing Pass the Tea, the RuPaul Drag Race. And it's all about disco this week. So that's going to be fun, too. And Rocco. We're gonna see Rocco tonight?
Yeah, forget Rocco. We are supposed to see Rocco if he can make it home in time through the snow. So there is a little challenge, but I think he'll make it.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get into for the next 50 minutes, so let's get to it. All right. Thank you, Russell. See you later. Woof. And now it's time for some headlines. So, the House of Representatives voted to remove freshman Georgia Congressperson Marjorie Taylor Greene from committee assignments due to her support of conspiracy theories and violent threats against House members. Greene is a prime example of what consequences are, something the GOP refuses to understand. Just look at this person. If her eyes were any closer together, I'd guess her mom was her sister. Look, she's a racist, a QAnon conspiracy nut who threatened the lives of the Speaker of the House and several other Democrats, and she bullies school shooting survivors. Yeah, isn't she nice? Oh, and she also thinks that the California wildfires were started by Jewish lasers from space. Oh, maybe that's why we need the Space Force. Think about that. Well, in her floor speech, Greene declared that she was allowed to believe conspiracy theories and that her support of QAnon was during a dark time in her life. Girl, that was last week, and you allowed yourself to do that. The GOP was the party of personal responsibility, but ever since Trump, there's something going on with these people.
There we go. There we go. And then I got to do one more thing. I always do this. I just love this guy so much. He's taller. He can kind of go behind the podium. Yeah. He is. He's fantastic. This guy right here is great. Standing up in there in the mucky swamp. Diane always has him in the mucky swamp. Yeah. But it's amazing.
Oh, I get it now. Somebody better warn Melania. Who am I kidding? She doesn't care. Do you? Be best, Amber. Be best. Police in France broke up an 81-person orgy which violated COVID curfew rules. Of course this happened in France. This is the country that invented an entire style of kissing. What does the French COVID rule say? No orgies or no orgies with more than 80 people? Is it even called an orgy if it is not from the orgy region of France? Pretty sure it's just a sparkling wine version of group sex. In 30 years, orgies from California will be considered much better than the French orgies. You know, it was the one creepy guy they wouldn't let in who called the cops, which is saying something because it was a French orgy. The whole thing's a little creepy. Meanwhile, rapper Lil Uzi, now who would call their kid Lil Uzi, has an 11-carat diamond implanted in his forehead. It does not look sanitary. I don't think compressed carbon is meant to be inside your skin. It looks infected, like when Lucy Bell pierced my ear with a rusted nail and ice cube. I can now wait for someone to pickpocket his forehead. That's going to be the world's most embarrassing robbery ever. How did it happen, sir? I was taking a nap and Can he even take it off? Like when he goes to bed, can he remove it? Or is it like Iron Man? And if he does, will he die? Speaking of foreheads, there's a Florida man, you know where this is going, with a Florida tattoo on his forehead. And he was arrested for misuse of 911 and marijuana possession. What is it with these people in forehead decorations? Now that looks like an entire state is teabagging his forehead. It looks like frat boys drew a penis on his face while he was passed out. And an ugly one at that. And I'm not usually that picky. This all started when the cops were called because he was intoxicated. The police kindly called him a cab to get him home, which is very nice. But then later he called 911 for a ride home because he couldn't afford the taxi. Police arrested him for misuse of 911 emergency phone service and possession of pot. Yep, he's definitely a Florida man. No offense, Larry. And that's this week's headlines. So, back in 1996, in February of 1996, the musical Rent opened up on Broadway. Bill Belichick was fired from the Cleveland Browns. Wonder whatever happened to him. Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill won the Grammy. Movies released in February were Happy Gilmore and Dead Man Walking, and the highest rated TV shows were ER and Seinfeld. But you know what was going on in Burlington back in February of 1996? The first, which turned out to be an annual, Winter is a Drag Ball. And tonight we're going to celebrate that. And our first guest is one of the organizers and hostesses of the first drag ball, Yolanda. Yolanda, hello there. Oh, well, welcome back to Amber Live, Yolanda.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here. This is a great show, Amber.
Yeah, well, thank you. You're a three-peat. You're the first person to be on the show 3 times, I believe.
No kidding. Oh my God. Yay.
Well, welcome. Anytime. So take us back to 1996. Well, it probably started in 1995, the planning. What was the thought process to say, hey, let's do something?
Now, it was so funny because I remember sitting with Chris Mose in his kitchen, and I had just found out I was HIV positive, and so I was dealing with all of that. And Chris was thinking, why don't we do something fabulous during the month of February, because it's so cold and there's nothing really fabulous to do, you know what I mean? And we were involved with the radical fairs and everything like that. So we had all of this was starting up, Cherie and Yolanda and you in the House of LeMay, and everything was all just at the beginning, everybody was so full of creative energy. Oh my God. And, it was so lovely. So I just remember him doing that and then getting on the horn and making phone calls. And we decided that, Vermont Cares would be the beneficiary because, for sure we needed to do that, So that's how I remember it starting. And then, of course, me and Cherie started doing the TV show and started hosting it together, and then you guys came up and it to the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I mean, so it would have never been the same without you guys. So you have done an amazing job.
well, thank you very much. So back then, like I said, things were a lot different. Even in Burlington, which was a very progressive city at the time. Yeah. I don't think Bernie was mayor. Probably Peter was mayor at the time.
Peter was mayor. He loved Cherie. He loved Cherie Tartt. Oh, Peter Lavelle.
Maybe that's why he didn't win when he ran for governor. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, but you and Cherie have done were the hot ticket there. So let's welcome all the way from Houston, Texas, Cherie Tartt. Hello there, Cherie. Oh,
how is everybody?
We're doing fine. So good to see you, Cherie. I haven't seen you since the 20th Winter is a Ball.
I know. Yes, 6 years ago. My goodness.
Yes.
So Cherie, talk about what you were feeling at the time, and what was going through your thought. Was this a one-time thing, or was it a great event? Tell me about it.
Well, it was fantastic, and one of the reasons, working with Yolanda and doing all this stuff, and at the time, I had started losing friends from AIDS and HIV, and it was very moving for me to be able to contribute to help raise money and awareness for this cause. And of course, always willing to put on a dress for a good cause, and because I look good, so. And it was fantastic. There was, like Yolanda said, there was so much creative energy. I'd started doing my cabaret shows at 135 Pearl, and then I started working with Yolanda at various events, and then someone proposed a TV show, and we jumped on that bandwagon, and then it just snowballed. And then, you guys getting involved, the House of LeMay, and it was at the very beginning of this whole drag extravaganza explosion.
Yes.
So talk about your TV show, because that's available for people to watch.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It has been archived, and they're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
How many years were you on there?
Oh my goodness. How many years was it? 95 till
2000? Yeah, it was about
we ended in 2000 when I moved.
So
wow.
It was a while. It was a few years. Yeah.
And we started doing them at 135 Pearl and recording them, and then we moved around to various locales. We were at a diner, we were at the the old Blue Couch Cafe. I think we did a show there.
Yeah, we went to the Tunbridge World's Fair.
Yes, yes.
Where Fred Tuttle fell in love with you. What was it about you?
He said I was prettier than the horse in Paris. He was there during the war, you know.
Did he say horse or whores? Google Fred Tuttle if no one knows who he is. So let's go back to the first drag ball. Do you remember some of the acts that performed that night?
Oh my goodness! I'm trying to remember. There were so many people up there on that. I think wasn't Craig Mitchell? He sang.
Of course, and there was a
David.
Yeah, but there was a Judy Garland impersonator.
Oh yes, there was.
Oh my God! And she sounded. It was a Radical Fairy, and her name. I can't remember her name, but she did Judy Garland, and it was like, what? And then I remember a drum circle, like we had organized like a drum circle, and then I remember photo booths that we set up one year in the Armory, stuff like that. But all the bands that were great at the time were playing, at the
and we had such a great music scene in Burlington, so it was always.
And I liked it that all the performers performed live. There was nothing against lip syncers or and people who performed that way, but your requirement was everyone had to perform live.
Yeah, and that was so great. It was a lot of fun, and we had amazing artists. It's still that way. Like that is Burlington is a hotbed of creativity and artistic people. So and it still lives on.
Yes, it does. So there's an outfit from Cherie or from Yolanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that show.
Oh my goodness! And those guys are still around. Actually, Craig was a guest on our show, one of our early shows. Yes. He is a spirit. He's a distiller now. Yeah. So, how would you describe drag ball in one sentence? If you think so.
One sentence.
That's a good one.
Go
for it, Cherie. Go for it.
It's always been such a great opportunity for people to express themselves in such creative ways. And that's what I really like about it. People, they just get dressed up in the most fantastic outfits and whatever makes you feel good and feel pretty. That's what
whatever drag is to you. Yeah.
Whatever drag is to you. Or sometimes I used to talk to people when they called into the TV show. It's like the healing power of drag. It's like, once you get into the drag, it's like it just you channel certain emotions and certain feelings, and
people said, "Well, I have nothing to wear," and I said, "Everyone has that one outfit in the back of the closet that they're looking for some reaon to wear it. They just cannot find the right time to wear it." Drag ball is the right time to wear it because you can just go out and that looks like an alien love child.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I do love those alien kind of themes. Remember when I gave birth to an alien love child baby? Oh my God. Yes. I had dressed up like Tinky Winky. Do y'all remember that? Like
I remember
had that big TV that opened up and this baby jumped out.
Oh, it was too
wild.
Did I see something from Larry? Did he had a memory of let's see, I remember on the Cherie Yolanda show when Brad Pitt was getting married and Cherie said she didn't want him anyway because she didn't want to be Cherie Pitt.
I remember that.
I remember that, yes. It was one of the first shows and I just couldn't do it because I couldn't be Cherie Pitt.
We all have so many fond memories of both of you together and individually. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I've said the story before. If it wasn't for you two, there wouldn't be an Amber LeMay, because I just admired what you did. And I said, I want to live up to their standards. And I strive to do that every week. So thank you.
And you certainly have. You have a great show. And I'm happy that you have me included on tonight's episode. Yes.
Well, thank you. And there's that was one of the first ones.
I remember. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Thank you, Russell. I forgot to mention this. I was going through my stuff and I found this, and that was wow. I can't see the date on it.
I think that might be the first one.
Is it? Because it's at Memorial Auditorium.
Yep.
It's signed as 1995.
It's got the pants played. Steph Pappas played.
That's right. Yes.
Steph Pappas and Alison Bechtel did the drawing there.
Alison Bechtel did the drawing. Oh, and Dora was singing Agnes and Sticky and Noel. Remember Noel?
Yes. Noel's in Las Vegas now.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And James Kachalka was at that was James Kachalka too.
James Kachalka, superstar. He's still around too. Well, thank you so much. Yolanda, tune in next week or next Saturday night for the virtual drag ball, and you'll see performances by Yolanda. So that's just an added treat there. Thank you so much. So good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Cherie. Oh my goodness, that was so cool to see them together again. If you were around in Burlington 25 years ago, you know who Cherie and Yolanda are. And it's great to see that they're still up and at it. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Russell.
Hello again.
What a great start. What a great start.
Yes.
So let's show that caption.
Yes, here's the caption photo. If you've got funny captions for this, send them on in the captions for Jack. He'd love to get them. And then at the end of the show, we'll talk all about them and put the funniest ones up there. So, yes. And then I do want to mention that we've started a new giveaway this week. You can win an Amber Live mug. All you have to do is go to amberlive.tv and look for the button that says click to win and fill out the form, and you could win that mug. And you can have your coffee with Amber every morning.
Now, if someone has entered in the past contest, can they still enter in this one?
Oh yeah. And you can enter. You can win as many times as you get lucky, although the competition gets a little stiff after a while. So, and you can go in. There are ways to get more than one entry. Also, if you look, it'll tell you how to do that. You can do things like subscribing to YouTube to get extra entries in the contest to try to get better chance to win. So, and speaking of winning and the mug, we have a word from our sponsor.
It's officially winter time now, and the days are getting longer, but they're still cold, and it's a great time of year to stay inside, safe, and warm. And Amber Live can help you do all of that. We have sweatshirts and hoodies to snuggle up in the cold winter nights, and get yourself an Amber Live mug for your coffee, your hot chocolate, or some of those adult beverages that Lucy Bell's been fixing up. And if you must go outside, how about wearing an Amber Live mask, please? We've got all that and much more at the Amber Live store. Order your merchandise today. Yes, do that. I've got mine. Yes.
It's all available at the Amber Live store. So head on over after the show and get yourself some great merch. All right, Amber, have fun.
Thank you. Well, it's almost Valentine's Day. Yes. Next Sunday. So the holiday created to sell Hallmark cards. That's all it was for. Expensive dinners and compound the depression of lonely people. Whoa. So here's my top 5 things I'll be doing for Valentine's Day. Number 1, eating an expensive meal at home, alone. Number 4, sleeping in a bed of roses. But to be fair, they're just left over from Groundhog's Day. The number 3 thing I'm going to do on Valentine's Day is I'll angrily watch several romantic movies and point out all the plot holes to myself. And number 2, chocolate-covered everything. And the number 1 thing I'm going to do for myself on Valentine's Day, I'm going to tell you that I love you both before, during, and after. my many, many vodka sodas. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, we mentioned her early, and she is a special drag ball edition of Bitchin' in the Kitchen. Here's Lucy Bell.
Bitchin' in the Kitchen with Lucy Bell.
Hey, Lucy Bell LeMay here with another episode of Bitchin' in the Kitchen, coming to you from the hot damn trailer park in Beaver Pond, Vermont. Yes, and you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and get the bitch off my chest right now. We ain't at drag ball. Oh, no, this episode, or this Amber Live, matter of fact, is all about memories of drag ball. We would just have so much fun partying and drinking, and then we'd all load up or either get an Uber and go to Denny's for breakfast. Yes, at 2 o'clock in the morning. That place would be packed with most people from drag ball. So I figured this episode, we will dedicate it to Denny's, and I'm going to do a breakfast casserole. But what goes better with breakfast? A Bloody Mary. Yes, we're going to make ourselves a Bloody Mary. We're going to need to rim, and I've got my own secret rimming salt. It's all these ingredients right here, and it's 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half teaspoon of cumin, a half teaspoon of chili powder, a half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of paprika, quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of Lowry's, and a little bit of celery salt. Lime wedge, rub it around the top of the glass there, stick it down into our salt. There we go. We'll do a jigger of vodka. Where's my little... Oh, there he is. There's my little friend. I like my little friend. We're just going to do a V8. Shake, shake, shake. There we go. Perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Oh, and you know what? Let's put a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Oh, very good. Okay, Rhodey, you can come and take the bar out. Come on, Rhodey. Bo. I'm waiting. I swear, I'm going to get you someone else to do this. You wait. Okay, so now we will start our recipe. Let's put this on medium heat. We will dump the meat into the frying pan. Okay. You know, drag ball, talking about memories. My first memory was, my first drag ball, I think it was in 97, 96, 97. It's been so damn long ago. And I can tell you now, I was still trying to find myself because I had just moved into the hot damn trailer park as a foreign exchange student from Mississippi. So I really wasn't established yet. And this picture that you'll see of my first drag ball is not too pretty. After that drag ball, the next drag ball I went to was probably, I do believe it was in 2000, the Y2K. Everybody thought there'd never be another drag ball. Well, there was. Okay, the meat seems to be browning really nicely. Put a little onion. I got red and green bell pepper. Oh, yeah. I wish you had a scratch and sniff. This smells so good. We're going to whip our eggs here. Going to pour our milk in. Woo! I'm going to add a little salt and some pepper. We're going to butter our dish, okay? Now, the first time I ever performed at Drag Ball was in 2001, and that was the first time that the House of LeMay performed. I think me and Zeno did I Kissed a Girl. And Lady Zeno, rest in peace. We sure had a lot of fun with her. And then the next year, Lucy performed her very first solo. Yes. Now I'm going to put the breadcrumbs in, or the bread cubes. I just went and bought me a bag of these sliced bread pieces and then cubed them. You just want them cubed. You can use any kind of bread. Oh, the sausage is smelling good. And now what I'm going to do is just take some cheese and just sprinkle on top of that bread. I have one ready for us already, so you can see the finished product, because it has to cook in the oven at 325 for 45 minutes. And then we're going to take our sausage and we're just going to put it right over the top. And then we're just going to pour the egg mixture over the top, just like so. Oh, and you know what? I would like to wish our producer, Russell, a happy birthday. I wish I could be there to party with him. But look at this. Isn't that pretty? Ta-da! Isn't that nice? Let's see what it tastes like. Mmm. That's good. Oh, so good. Mm. So remember, wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. And remember, watch the virtual drag ball on February 13th. It's a benefit for Vermont Cares. So please tune in. Oh, sorry we don't get to party this year, but we always have next year. Take care.
Thank you, Lucy. Boy, that did look good. Now, I bet you some of you have made some of the recipes Lucy's made over the past couple of weeks. If not, you can find the recipes over on amberlive.tv. Now, if you make one of those recipes, take a picture and send it to us. We'd love to show it on air. Yes, please do that. Lucy would love that as well. All right, so our next guests were at the first drag ball as well. I think there were maybe 10 or 12. How they got in, I don't know. But they also were the DJs of the night. So please welcome from Dallas, Texas, Alan Perry, and from Las Vegas, Nevada, Rob Douglas. All right. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going so good. Good to see you guys. My goodness. All right. So back at the first drag ball, what were you guys doing? Where were you playing at the time? Did you have regular gigs?
I had just left Pearls. Mm-hmm. The Pearls before 135 Pearl, and that was one of my first events done outside of the bar.
Yeah, pretty much the same with me too, Amber. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a pretty big event then for you. So what preparation did it take to do that?
Well, I think, Rob and I always were, we always spun together on the weekends. We'd get together a lot. So we always were up on music, and we would take time to just make sure that we were up on everything. So, it was just, it was really a big deal. I think that time between January and May in Vermont is a time where everybody is so tired of winter. So it was just great to have that event, up and up front, and a little break in that whole period of what goes on there, that wintertime period. And it was a benefit, so, and I think people have mentioned to you before, Yolanda said something about this. Burlington was very creative in the 80s, 90s. It's still creative, but it was it was exploding at that time. So it was just a great event that kind of caught all of those creative people in one place, right?
So you guys have been DJing since then. So what have you seen what has changed in the industry since you were playing back there 26 years ago?
Oh God, we went from vinyl to digital basically, but just what we would go through back then for a gig, we would have to rent a U-Haul. And Alan, you should just tell the story.
Yeah, so
this is the first drag ball after everyone's gone home.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's, with being a DJ at any of these events is really loading in and loading out. It takes hours before and hours after, right? So I think it was the first drag ball at Memorial, Rob, when this happened?
Yeah, in the basement.
Yeah. So it was in the basement of Memorial Auditorium. And we used to have to rent these trucks on our own because really, like Rob said, it went from vinyl where we had to carry all this super heavy stuff. And then it went to CDs. But this was back in the vinyl times, right? So we had to lug in so many records and so much equipment and lights and everything like that. So we would rent a truck, right? So we rented a little U-Haul truck. And so Rob and I had packed out for the end of the night. It was probably 3:30 in the morning. And we pull out behind Memorial Auditorium. We start to go up Main Street, right? Kind of a hill there. and I'm following Rob. Rob is driving the truck, and all of a sudden the door rolls up from the truck, and all the stuff starts sliding out. And I'm like, I'm honking my horn, honk, 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 honk. I mean, just a couple things flew out, right? It wasn't our records. We didn't get our records, thankfully, but it was a table and a bunch of other stuff started sliding out on Main Street.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it was a mess. Luckily, we pushed everything back in and just went to his house and just unloaded everything. But it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, who are those young boys? So in our earlier conversation, you mentioned that Kim King was instrumental in helping us out a lot in those first couple drag balls at Memorial.
Yeah, go ahead, Alan.
Rob, take this one because she was lovely. You know, she was an awesome person. So go ahead.
Well, she was our lesbian DJ at Pearls. Mm-hmm. So she did like women's night and things like that. And she was also the general manager at the time of Memorial. So she made it easy for us to have to come in and set up and let us out early and let us stay late because we were there way longer than anyone else. So she was a pretty big part of the first couple drag balls. Yes.
Yes. I think I have fond memories of Kim King. Yeah, yes. So throughout the years, I think between the two of you, you have done well over half the drag balls.
Did you? 19, right? 19 of them?
I think it was 19. Yeah, a bunch of them.
Oh my God. So did you do it? Did you do any at the former in Winooski, the higher ground in Winooski?
Mm-hmm. Just a couple, I think we did there, and then we took a break for a while.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we did, and then we started back up at Memorial, and then obviously higher ground after that too. Yeah.
Yes. So you played the drag ball has been performed in 3 different places. There was Memorial Auditorium, higher ground in Winooski, and when that closed, they moved to higher ground to South Burlington. So you've played in all 3 venues. That's pretty cool. Yep. So you've seen drag ball grow. You know, that's so. What's your feelings when what do you look forward to at drag ball when you're thinking about it?
Well, you know they're going to dance to almost anything. Well, you can play those new hits. You can play those Frankie Knuckle tracks. You can play those great house tunes, and you're going to have everybody on the floor.
Yeah.
So what's it like when you're at higher ground, when you're up there in the balcony there playing the songs, looking down over 700-800 people dancing? What's that like?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You know, I mean, it's just Burlington always has such a great vibe anyway. It's always been great. There's always been a huge DJ scene and a huge dance music scene. So, you know, it's just great to stand up there, like Rob said, and see everybody down there enjoying themselves and being able to play whatever you want. You know, sometimes Burlington crowds, especially in the early days, can be really picky. But, you know, after a while, it just got to be where you could really play whatever you want, be as creative as you want. So it's just a great party for that.
So do either of you have a memory of a special memory of one of the drag balls?
I think one of my biggest fun memories is seeing seeing Biscuit on the other side of the room and him to the crow's nest always kept us happy. So
yeah, and we've got 2 messages there. One from DJ Lou and one from Elia Matos, both of who have DJ'd at drag balls in the past too. So it's great to have them watching tonight, and I know they're happy to see you.
Hell yeah!
Both of them legends for sure.
Oh, it's amazing. So I know it's just, and David Grenier, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting chills just looking at these names. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being a part of tonight. And check in next week. You're going to love the show.
Thank you for doing all you do. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody. Let's not forget the video.
Oh gosh. Oh, yes. Wait. We've got a video to show too. Oops. I want you to get your reactions to this.
Oh, no.
Hello there, I am Amber, and I am Marguerite, and I am Lucy Bell, and we are the House of LeMay. Welcome to Drag Ball 15. Like the Drag Ball
great times. So many great times with so many creative people. Just amazing. Yeah.
People didn't realize a lot of times that we had entertainment from 8 o'clock on in both rooms. 1,000 people were able to go back and forth and dance and watch live entertainment. And you saw the great costumes there as well. Oh my. Oh, any last comments, guys?
Keep dancing no matter what.
Thanks for all you do. You guys are amazing. You've raised so much money, and it's just amazing what you do. So thank you very much.
Well, through the support and help from you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Amber. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. Good friends, good people. That's great. All right. So now I want to talk about the causes that the reason why we have Winter as a Drag Ball. So I'd like to bring in Peter Jacobsen, who's the executive director of Vermont Cares. Hi, Peter.
Hi, great to see you. Thanks for having me, Amber.
Oh my goodness, wasn't that fun?
That was beautiful. That was a stroll down memory lane, and I would do it all over again. It was great.
Were you at the first drag ball?
I was not quite at that one. No, I've only been in Vermont about 20 years.
Okay, all right. But oh my goodness. So Vermont Cares was the original beneficiary of Winter's a Drag Ball. And then for several years, it was the People with AIDS Coalition. And now they have disbanded. And so now it's Vermont Cares again. So would you give us a brief description of what Vermont Cares started out as and what it is today?
Totally. Yeah, I was thinking about the ways that Vermont Cares has evolved over the years, just like the drag ball has. We've started as a grassroots organization of loved ones taking care of people who were really sick and needed support in shifts around the clock. And now it's become more professionalized. We have more staff. We have offices around the state, tons of volunteers doing great work. We now do HIV testing, syringe services, harm reduction, naloxone distribution, all sorts of programs designed to reduce the risk of HIV in our state. And every time I talk about HIV in Vermont, I want to say out loud to everybody, all Vermonters should be so proud of what Vermont has done for HIV. We're leading in HIV prevention and especially in HIV care. You do this.
So what was just saying you had Road to Zero? Was that, and talk about that.
Yeah, that was an aspirational campaign designed to bring people into the cause of HIV prevention, to really show people that zero HIV infections in Vermont was possible if we all sort of learned about how to keep ourselves and our loved ones safer. And that was really helpful in getting more grassroots and community involvement in talking about HIV, in talking about getting an HIV test. It was a really great campaign in terms of organizing us all.
So I know, just like all the other nonprofit organizations, things have been tough this past year because you can't have your fundraisers, you can't have the AIDS walk, you can't have the in-person auction. How are things doing? How are you doing?
We are moving forward. We are a stubborn lot, and we're used to being a scrappy little nonprofit. But we miss these events in person. We miss being able to dance together. We miss being able to walk and gather and hug. So any opportunity to pull people together and raise funds and raise awareness is so critical. So I want to thank you for helping organize this. And over the years, you've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for HIV in Vermont. It's amazing.
Well, I just feel so fortunate to live in such a great place that you have to give back. You just can't relax and accept everything. So has there been government cuts in funding?
Yeah, this year we were facing some pretty severe cuts to our funding, and we're trying to sort of shrink down a little bit to cope with those cuts. But it's been really stressful trying to navigate that while keeping our clients and our staff safe through COVID, obviously. Everything has changed. So we're doing the best we can to evolve as we learn more.
Very good. So, well, thank you very much, Peter. And so I want to let everyone know we showed your website up there, that they can contact you through there. And also, they can buy a ticket for next week's virtual Winter as a Drag Ball. They're only $10. And also, you'll be able to donate more and tip the performers during the night as well. So you'll want to get hold of that. So thank you very much, Peter, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Sounds great. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Yes, that's just so good. Vermont Cares has done so much with so little over the past couple of years. Whew. So we'll tell you more about next week's virtual drag ball after we look at Pass the Tea, this week's recap of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Girl, that's hot.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pass the Tea. I'm Cherie Poppins.
And I'm Angela Mansberry. And today we are breaking down episode 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13. And we are going to the disco.
Yes, we love the disco, mama.
We do. And I think I just wanted more. For me, this disco challenge, so they had to do a disco mentory. And so they broke down disco and broke it down to different aspects, and they were in teams of 2s and 3s. And for me, it was different because it wasn't a lip sync. It was more of a voiceover with dancing. And for me, it's all about the music for disco. And so it just didn't really nail it for me.
Yeah, I think they made a good attempt at like being educational about it, right? But I think by doing so, they kind of like overshadowed what disco is actually about. So it left a little bit to be desired. But overall, anytime we could watch anything about disco, I'm having a good time. So.
Absolutely. And there were definitely some standouts. I mean, I really think Tina Burner nailed this. I thought Tina looked amazing. I thought she danced really well. Very pleasantly surprised with Tina in this challenge. And Olivia Lux, I mean, she just embodied disco.
Yeah, nailed it. I loved Olivia. I was really surprised at how well I thought Tina did because I wasn't expecting that. So Tina, great. Olivia was definitely a standout for me. And then I also thought Elliot did good too. So, I think, yeah. And then I think the girls that maybe didn't stand out as much or kind of fell to the back, definitely, unfortunately, were Tamisha. I thought Mick was just a little wobbly. And then Candy, I think, was a little.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. About some of the people just didn't fully embody it or they didn't catch your eye as much as some of the others. And so then we had our runway, which our runway theme this week was Little Black Dress, which is a difficult theme for a drag queen, I would say. How do you do something as Little Black Dress, but still make it drag? So it was a tough challenge.
Right. Like, how do you take a simple assignment and elevate it and make it your own? And some of the girls, I think, really stepped up to that. I mean, my two favorites, hands down, were Mick with that literal little black dress and the little pasties, because she has such a gorgeous body, and I loved seeing her show it off in that way. And then another beautiful body, Simone, with the braiding hair, iconic. I was obsessed.
And that sculptural hair, it was really, really stunning. And I also really liked Utica. I really liked all of the gold, and it was very clever the way she used an earring for inspiration for that look. So it was, I would say those were my favorites. Who were your least favorites for the runway?
For me, definitely, again, Tamisha, unfortunately, as much as I love her. And I thought Lala Ree was boring, and I thought Rosé, the intention was good, and I love avant-garde structures, but I'm tired of the tulle.
Too much
with Rosé. I'm tired of the ruffly edges with Rosé. And I think she looked like one of those little gremlins that you have to throw balls at the carnival. You know what I mean? And they are really fuzzy on the side, so they're hard to hit. That's what she was giving me, and I applauded her for that, but.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite look. I especially the gray tulle for me. It just didn't feel elegant or elevated. It just wasn't my favorite look. And so our bottoms for this week, they had Utica in the bottom, they had Candy in the bottom, and they had Tamisha in the bottom. I know. And then they had the lip sync, and the two lip syncers were Candy and Tamisha. I will say, though, I think they both did really well in that lip sync. I think they both could have taken it.
Yes.
Tamisha did end up going home. But I do think Tamisha really left a mark on this season. Absolutely. She is iconic. I would love to see her live at one day.
I would live. Once she's recovered, I would live to see her live. She already had such a prolific career before Drag Race even existed, before a lot of us even existed. So the fact that she now gets to get a second wind at the age of 50 is like beautiful.
Beautiful. And she'll be back. I'm not worried. She'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we will be back because we will be back every Sunday talking about Drag Race. And here on Pass the Tea. So, of course, I am Angela Mansberry.
And I'm Cherie Poppins. See you next week, y'all. Back to you, Amber.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby. Clink.
Girl, that's hot.
Cheers, girls. Thank you. Wasn't that fun? And we're going to have them on live some week. So then maybe you can ask them some questions or give your opinion on what's happening on RuPaul's Drag Race. Great addition to the show. Hey, thank you, girls. Thank you so much. And another addition to the show. He's here every week. He gets great fan mail. And that's Rocco. Rocco Zamboni.
Hey, Amber. How you doing?
All right. What's going on there?
As you can see, I'm standing out here in the winter. Look, winter. Yeah. It's not a drag because I'm sleigh riding, so I'm having a ball.
Oh, good.
Right, that was a good joke, right?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank
Are you out there by yourself?
Yeah. Who else is going to be dumb enough to stand out in the snow?
Don't you have a crew?
I am the crew. You forget there's a pandemic going on. Just me.
So, have you gotten much snow down there on Long Island?
Yeah, we got like a foot last week. Today, I think it was about 8 inches or so. So, yeah, there's snow. First time in a couple of years.
Oh, I was going to say, is that a lot for you?
Yeah, it is. And it's awesome. Because I've been sleigh riding. I'm building a snow mafiosa dude. It's awesome. And then, snowball fights. But my trick is when you're having a snowball fight, put icicles in it because that you're going to win every time. Aim for the face.
Is this with your nephews and nieces you're doing this?
Yeah. Well, I'm teaching them how to do it. We get the neighbors. It's fun. Listen, I've never actually been to Winter as a Drag Ball. Much to my regret, because I've always wanted to go. And my favorite thing is every year seeing what theme you're going to do, because it looks so fun. Didn't you do like Cowboys and Galians one year?
That was one, yes.
That's fantastic. I mean, I know there's others. I can't think of them right now. But I was thinking, I thought of a few themes maybe you'd like to consider, to save you the stress. Yeah, get out of this down. Come on. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing you could do is maybe have serial killers. Everyone dresses up like their favorite serial killer. Jeffrey Dahmer can cater it. It would be fantastic.
Okay.
Or what about maybe Chinese immigrants building a railroad? Everyone dressed like them. I don't know. You tell me. Is this good stuff or is it terrible?
I'll consider it. Yeah, I'll consider it.
There's plenty of them out there. Like, what about, you got these people coming from space. You got the back to the space thing. Everybody's on the International Space Station. You make it like the space station, and everybody's a spacey type of person, and they're floating around saying, hey, drink from my bottle and shit. And it's pretty cool.
Drink from my bottle and shit. Okay.
Yeah. So there's just a few suggestions. I can write more down if you'd like.
I wish you would. Yes, write them down and send them to Russell. He knows where to file those.
Oh, you mean the birthday boy? Yeah, that guy got old.
Fast. Yeah. He's aged a lot this last year working with me. Have you noticed that?
I have. You don't really see his face too often. I saw him the other day. He was covered in a mask. It was hilarious.
So, got any plans for this week? What are you doing for Valentine's Day next Sunday?
I might take some of my ladies, make them some dinner, steak, shrimp, that sort of thing. Maybe some lobster because it's kind of an aphrodisiac. And, just take it from there because, Valentine's Day is all about giving. So I plan on giving some things, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
I hope that things that penicillin can take care of.
Me too.
All right, Rocco. Anything else you want to talk about?
The fact that right now, I don't know if your audience knows this, but the Super Bowl happens to be on right now. Did you guys know this?
That's what someone told me, but I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't care either. My Jets aren't in it. Who cares? Tom Brady can kiss my ass.
Oh, that's
Again.
not nice talk. Well, thank you. Have a great week, Rocco.
You too. I'm freezing. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Get some warmth. All right. Thank you, Rocco. Oh, Rocco. All right. So we're winding down here. So, Jack, come on in and tell us about some comments that you had.
Hey there. Lots of good comments today. We had a good photo up earlier of a very sad-looking Tom Brady. Let's see that picture again.
Yes,
Here he is.
Yes.
And starting it off with Charlotte, who says, like my friend Donald, I'm taking my ball and going home. Like, oh, well, if I can't have fun, nobody else can.
So what's the score right now, Jack?
Right now, we got 9 Kansas City and 28 Tampa Bay.
Ooh, oh my.
So they're cleaning up that fool Tom Brady. Ron says, excuse me, got a text from my mom. Michael says, where did my hashtag K go? I don't know what that means. Someone will have to explain that to me later.
I don't know.
Annie, she says, shit, have my balls deflated again? Oh, we got one from the house.
Oh.
I don't want to play with them anymore. We got Cousin Craig saying that Geritol had better kick in pretty soon.
Well, it sounds like it did if he's ahead by that much.
Yeah, he's really amped up on something. And if it's not Geritol, then it's Red Bull or some crap. Oh, we got a birthday thing in here for Russell.
Oh,
happy birthday, Russell.
All the way from Sacramento.
And we have one more comment from Jess, if I can find it. Drag ball can't happen in person. Wow. We did have some good people chiming in, and they're looking forward to the virtual drag ball.
Oh, great. Well, that leads us into the next conversation. Sure, Russell, come on in.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, Russell, what a great show. Seeing all those, I don't want to say old friends, but good friends, that I've known
Yes.
for a long, long time. Yes. So, yeah, next Saturday night at 8 o'clock, we've got the virtual Winter is a Drag Ball, and we've got performances by Emoji Nightmare, Yolanda, Mike Oxready, Amanda Fondell, Anita Cocktail, Giardia B and the House of STDs, Room of Lana, Isis Vermouth, and a performance by the House of LeMay, too. So it's going to be quite the show, yes. And followed by 2 hours of dance music with Craig Mitchell. So you can go, if you want a link to that, you can go to vermontcares.org, and they've got a link to get on there to get tickets. So that I believe they can take care of you there. So it's going to be a great night. Wish we could be there in person, but we can't.
I missed drag ball. It's been ages since I was at one.
Oh my gosh, they were always so much fun.
Yeah, the first one I went to was Rocky Horror.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
were you old enough?
Barely. I think I was 20 when I was at that one.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we've had quite a few
in the back door.
Yeah, but I really like the good and evil one. I was evil. I dressed up as Snidely Whiplash.
But that video that you made, Russell, that you showed, that just captured the energy and the creativity of the night, and just was really nice.
Yeah,
it shows how much effort everyone puts into it. Not just like you and the performers, but even the people just coming for the evening build amazing costumes.
And I can't thank Higher Ground enough, because they were instrumental. They were great hosts to have us there. So that was always great too. So Russell, what do we have coming up next week?
Well,
after Drag Ball.
After Drag Ball, which will be on Saturday, on Sunday night, we are having the All Madge and Biscuit Spectacular. It is the 14th. It is the 14th, and it's Valentine's Day. And for part of that, Amber and Madge and Biscuit are going to be doing advice for the lovelorn. So if you have questions, you write them in, and they will give you some sort of an answer. It ought to be pretty interesting. But yes, you can send them in ahead of time to our email if you have a question. You could send us a video question if you want to amberlemay@gmail.com, or even just send in your question that night in the comments. And then the second half of the show.
I'm more like the advice of the Love Warren instead of Love Lauren.
Yes. So Love worn out. And then the second half of the show, we have a big announcement from Madge and Biscuit, and it is under an NDA, and even I don't know what it is yet. So they have promised me it's going to be a good one with a lot to talk about. And to make sure we can keep talking about those things, let's not forget the bustiers one last time. Venmo @RJDPro. You can send us your tips there. It's down at the bottom. We would love your support. And we will see you all next week with Madge and Biscuit.
Yeah. Well, one of our previous guests announced this week that he's running for the United States Senate.
Wow.
Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, who's been on the show, is announced this week that is going to run for United States Senate. And we talked about that when he was on the show back in November.
Oh, that's great.
I missed that one. That's a big announcement, and he may be back on the show pretty soon. Yeah. We're working on a big event coming up March 7th.
Circle March 7th on your calendar. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Jack. Russell, you have a happy birthday, all right?
Happy birthday, Russell.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday tonight.
Yes,
we'll see you all next week.
All right. Thank you. Whew. Oh, what a show. Again, thank you so much to Cherie, Yolanda, Rob, Alan, Peter. Oh, just so good to see you guys again. And someday we'll be together, just like Diana Ross said. All right. So I'll see you next Saturday night for the virtual drag ball, and then next Sunday for Amber Live. I'm going to be here. Hope you will be too. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Drag ball? That sounds like a great party.
Yeah. What color dress would you wear?
Wait, what? Boys wear dresses to this thing?
Yes. Who do you think you've been watching for the last 47 weeks? Your scary aunt?
That's exactly what I thought.